let's get started. Got those chilled vibes going on in the background. We are going to begin on the floor today. So when you're ready, bring yourself down to the ground. We're going to lie down on our backs to begin. Get yourself comfortable. Let's work our core, our powerhouse. Eyes up towards the ceiling. Palms face the ceiling. Lay your shoulder blades flat in the ground. Take the head of the shoulder back. Tuck your pelvis underneath. Press the lower back into the ground. And then roll the other way. So gentle lift in your lower back. Just gentle. And do that a few times. Pelvic tilts. Putting that pelvis into a neutral position, reduce the movement little by little until you find somewhere in the middle. Sue, good morning. Hayley, morning. Nicola, Claire, hello, welcome in. Tash, welcome. So now you're in a neutral position. Check that your knees are hip width and your ankles are hip width. Take a breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And when you breathe out, gentle lift through the pelvic floor. Just gentle. Take a breath in. And breathe out. When you breathe in, expand the rib cage like you want the back of your ribs to touch the floor. Think of it like an umbrella opening up. Breathe out, draw your navel in towards the spine. Feel the core engagement. One more. Float your legs up to a tabletop. Gently press the back towards the ground, core engaged, palms still facing up towards the ceiling. Let's start with toe taps. Right toe, breathe out. Left toe, breathe out. This is option 1. Option number 2, if that hurts your back or it feels a little bit intense, put your feet in the ground and lift one knee at a time, keeping your core engagement, the lower back towards the ground. Here we are working our transverse abdominis, your deep, deep core. Try not to let your back arch here. Really light tap. Light tap. 3, 2, 1. If you feel a slight build up in your lower back, just rock side to side. Toes in the ground, fingers to temples. Lift the body up, crunch, and down. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. So let me just talk you through what I'm doing here. I'm going to work your all-round core just into a bit of a warm-up. We've done the transverse, the deep core. Right now we're doing the more superficial muscles, as in they're closer to the surface, your six-pack. Then we're going to do the sides, we're going to do the back. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Let's work the sides with some knee drops, arms wide. Lift the knees, go halfway to one side, bring it to the center, halfway to the other side, bring to the center, keeping your shoulder blades connected to the floor. If this feels a bit intense, you can put your toes in the ground, do the same thing. Also really works the deep core, but the rotation, the twisting's getting into our sides, which is good. 2 more times. And you put your feet in the ground and roll up to a hip bridge when you're ready. Tuck the pelvis under, just like we did at the beginning, that pelvic tilt. From there, lift your hips. And come on down. So just by tucking your pelvis underneath, we get that spine into a different position, into a good position to activate the back of the legs and the glutes properly. Spine in alignment to lift up, rather than just lifting and lowering when your back might not be in that proper position to lift and your muscles might not be properly engaged. That's why we tuck first and think about rolling up through the spine and rolling down again bit by bit and retuck. Now we've gone through the main sort of muscle groups here for our core. We're going to work them a little bit harder. Beginning with the deep core, transverse abdominis. Lift your knees back up above the hips where they were before. Make sure they're hip width and make sure your lower back is in the ground. Arms up, dead bugs. Tap your right toe down and your left arm goes behind the head. Come back to the center, other side. Solid back in the ground. If you end up doing same arm, same leg, don't worry about it. It's time to wake the brain up. And whenever you're lifting anything really heavy, you've got a heavy shopping bag, you're lifting it off the floor, or maybe you're lifting a dog or a child, you're going to be using your deep core. Let's engage it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everybody. Now working the sides, fingers to temples. Let's do some cross crawls this time. When you're ready, opposite shoulder towards opposite knee and switch. Breathing out every time, out through your mouth. Elbow drops onto the ground. Option is to stretch your legs out. Think about lifting your shoulder blade up and over. So you can really, really get into your obliques. Pilates is honestly the best core workout ever. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back of the body, come back into your bridges, please. You can stay with the 2 legs up, 2 legs down, or if you want more, lift one leg to roughly 90 degrees and lift up and down on one leg 5 to 8 times. Switch and do the other side. Aim for 2 sets. If you're on the single leg one, push the whole foot into the ground. Keep your hips level when you go up and down. Think power. Power through your leg. And when you've done your 2 sets of 5 to 8 on each side. Roll over onto your tummy. Ooh, tell you what, you really feel that at the back of the legs and the glutes. That is good. Speaking of, let's continue to work them. Alright, lying down on our tummies. Hands under the shoulders. We lift chest. Roll the shoulder back. Activate your upper back. Eyes are going to look down at the floor just ahead of you. Start to kick your legs. Legs are long. The kick is coming from your hip as opposed to your knees. If your knees start to kick, start to bend, squeeze your thighs a little bit harder, squeeze your butt a bit harder. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Anytime you need a break, just take it. If you can, we are going to circle the arms, reach up and around, up and around. This is for your coordination. It's to take away your stabilizers here if you like. Work a little bit harder. Four, 3, 2, 1, and push back into a child's pose. Release your back. Planks. Lie on your tummy, elbows under shoulders. Lift the hips out of the ground. Option 1 here. Option 2, tuck your toes under, lengthen the legs. The plank is a great move to work your whole core. Really great for getting into your back, your upper back. Really great for getting into your deep core muscles, your abs. Draw your navel in towards spine. Lift through the pelvic floor. If you need to any time, pop your knees down. Now we're going to spend a tiny bit longer here. If you want a challenge this morning, from your plank position, take one hand out so your fingertips are in the ground, but make sure your hips stay pointing towards the floor. So not leaning to one side here. Bring it in and then do the other side. Taking your feet slightly wider than the hips, that's going to help. Let's do one more. Keep breathing. Other side. Oh, and rest. Oh, that's tricky, isn't it? That is hard. Lie down on one side, please. Final few minutes. This is it. Already. Crazy. You can line your arm or you can prop yourself up here. Bend your knees. We do a clam, extend, toes together. Open your top knee. Kick the leg. Toes together and close. This is for your glutes and your thighs. Squeeze. Top hip over bottom hip. Keep it stable. One more time. Now open up the knee. Make sure your hip is still over the bottom hip and just hold it there using your glutes. Really squeeze. We're going to have a go at pushing away. Think about drawing big circles and pushing away every time. Breathe out and out. So if you like, imagine you're swimming. Breathe out. Push. Keep the core engagement to stop your body from either dropping forwards or backwards. feel the work in your legs and your glutes. Also, working so much mobility here. Oh, anyone got clicky knees, clicky hips? 2 more. Oh, that's quite good, isn't it? Like that one. Extend your leg. Final move on your side. Turn your toes down, lift and lower your heel up to the ceiling. Up and up. Let's aim for 8 to 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Wow, yep, felt that. Let's lift up. Let's switch sides and do the other side before you go. Lie down or prop yourself up. Let's start with the knee, the kick, the toes, and the close. When you do it, just be really, really mindful about how you're holding yourself. Are you pushing into your hands and relying on your hands to hold you up? If you are, let go. Using the core. Two or three more. Oh, and then we're going to push away. Let's go. Lift the knee as far open as you can. Hold it, get it in position. Then go. Push. Push. Big circles. Circle away. Squeeze your thigh. Make it big. Push the bottom leg into the floor to keep you stable. Hey, yeah, these are good. Excellent. Same number as last time. When you've done the same number as last time, heel up, toes down, and we pulse 8 to 10 times. Ooh, push yourself up to seated. Final move. Take your legs out wide. If you're tight in the legs, bend your knees. Let's roll the thighs out. Take a breath in. Breathe out and lean forwards, hinging from the hips. Place the arms in the ground. Just hold where you feel it. Be patient with your body. And let's go up again. Rise up. Sitting really tall. Relax the shoulders. And breathe out. You want to use the front of your core to pull you down. Contract the core, the abs. Breathe out hard. You're almost crunching into this position. Hold it. Keep using your abs so they're active. If your legs are long, dig your legs into the ground. Let's try using the breath again. Breathe in. Exhale. Can you bring yourself any closer? Even if it's a tiny bit. Sam, you're back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, shuffle your legs in. Ooh, that one's a killer. Take a breath in, everyone. Reset for the start of a new day. Or if you're doing it on demand, maybe it's before you go to bed. Really quite a nice one before you go to bed as well, actually. Or to break up the day. One more. Breathe out. And well done. Give yourselves a big clap, everyone.